let's transition into like the fundamentals of, now we have our, revenue target. We kind of need to, all right, let's step back and think like, all right, so now we need to figure out how to, get to that revenue target, right? Like what kind of messaging do we need to have in the marketplace to get there? So that's what we're going to go through on the second step, and the marketing message. And so we're going to talk about, who is your ideal customer? And I mean, there's different, like, the people that specialize in mold is a completely different customer profile than people that just do dry outs. Some companies like to specialize in just commercial jobs. Some do, water, fire, and mold. There's some companies that just, they chase the fire trucks, right? They just do fire damage repair. So really think about that. And I mean, you need to think about, where is your ideal customer? And you got to kind of start building, like a quote unquote customer avatar, right? You don't want to just any and everybody. You want to be in the markets where your ideal customer is located. So here's kind of an example. I mean, obviously, this like I said, this example is gonna, your market demographics, for example, are gonna be completely different than California versus Florida, or Florida versus Texas. I mean, there's so many variables, but some common ones are homeowners. Most everybody, you can't, usually you don't have the authority from a renter, right, or you're not authorized to go in there and dry it out. So it's always a pain. So you don't really want to go after apartment buildings. You want to go after homeowners that actually own the home. Preferably higher income homeowners is better, right? That way you're not chasing them for money, or they're not beating you up on pricing, I mean, et cetera. So I mean, homeowners with higher income brackets is kind of ideal, right? And you can kind of break that down to there's certain zip codes that probably fit that profile better than others, right? Like lower income renters might be in certain areas of your town. So it's just some things to think about when you're doing your marketing and prospecting, in your service area. And then also think about, from a messaging standpoint and an ideal customer standpoint, like what are some pains and frustrations they might be having? Their toilet overflow, they got mold on their walls, they could have a fire in the kitchen. I mean, they just want, sometimes they'll make a couple calls, nobody's answering their calls, which drives me crazy, especially in our industry. 90% of you guys are 24/7. We still see it where people are just missing calls. And I mean, we all know what happens if you don't answer the call. Even if you call them right back, they're scrolling, they're already calling the next company. The next company to answer, they're like, no problem, man, I have a technician in the car heading to you in 15 minutes. That person's going to get a job. I mean, it could have been a $15,000 job that you could have potentially lost just because the phone wasn't answered on the other end. But that's a pain and frustration that your ideal customer has. And they have water leaks that they just want to get, they want the water leak stopped, and they want their house, back to how it was prior to the flood. Sometimes they're too busy to deal with insurance companies. So that's where, you can step in. A lot of our clients will, kind of help the customer through that process. They don't have to deal with it. It's just another selling, benefit or pitch to the customer. So those are just a few examples as far as the demographics, some pains and frustrations. So you kind of go in deeper with this, and what are some of their fears and implications? Like, they don't want to be ripped off or overcharged. They think they're paying too much. They don't want to get mold in their home if it's not dried out properly. I mean, just as a side note, I mean, that's something good to bring up, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't need to dry my, I don't need fans and dehues in here. I'll just get my handyman Bob to come over here and he can clean it up. But I mean, you can also, I'm sure a lot of you already do this, but obviously remind them, well, if you do that, you don't want to get mold, you don't want to get sick. It can lead to a lot of problems down the road if they don't hire you to do it properly, because Bob, their handyman, is not going to know how to do it properly. So that's just a little side note. But they don't want to, they don't want a 6-hour wait time for they to get there, right? Like, it seems like 60-minute response time kind of seems to be the average. Obviously, there's traffic delays and how far they are from your office, etc. But 60 minutes seems to be the common duration in our industry. And so, what are the goals and desires of your ideal customer? Right? They want to get the water leak fixed. They just don't even want to deal with it. They just want you to just get in there, get it dried out, get their house to like new condition again as quickly as possible. And there's a funny quote that kind of goes through this. And when you're putting together your marketing message, your marketing materials, your plan, like the saying goes, if you can see Joe Jones through Joe Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Joe Jones buys. I mean, that's a mouthful. It's kind of hard to say. But basically, you just want to look at everything from the customer's perspective, right? Like, what would you do in their situations? How an easier way to say it. Like, sometimes we have to reverse the table, right? Or get on the other side of the table. All right, what would I do? And I mean, a lot of times I think about it, like, man, I'd probably pull out my cell phone, just do a quick Google search, and then scroll, probably check out the reviews, and then give the person a call, and hopefully the answer problem solved. So just think about, from the customer's perspective a lot of time. A lot of times what we think somebody's going to do or need or want, like that's our perspective, right? Like we're not in the situation they're in. And so, we might handle things differently. So it's always, I'd recommend kind of looking at it from both angles, but, preferably you kind of want to come at it from an angle of your ideal customer. Hope you got value out of that video. If you're looking for more ideas and strategies for better ways to market your water, mold, or fire damage restoration business online, you can go to restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there we have a free checklist you can download. It's called the Ultimate Online Marketing Guide for Damage Restoration Contractors. And there you'll be able to get the latest strategies that are working now to really increase your lead flow online. You can probably even 5 to 10x the number of leads you're getting per month from internet marketing. So there should be a link below, restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there you can download the checklist for free of charge, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.